Welcome, my dear guests. If you have stumbled upon this video, then welcome. This is not a coincidence, but rather we are chosen by fate to meet. I am your arbiter, and it is my pleasure to cooperate with you. You are chosen as the next participant in what we call the Math Royale, a quiz game where you are given a chance to win twice or more than $1 million of money. You are extremely lucky to be part of this game since the chances to be picked is quite low. Now, if you wish to participate, please continue on watching. If not, this is the only chance you are allowed to decline and leave. I will give you a seconds to decide. If you are now on this part of the video, this only means that you are interested and ready to participate. Once again, welcome to Math Royale. I will now begin by explaining some informational background information that you need to know before you start the quiz. Recreational mathematics. Math is one of the unknowingly least favorite topic of almost every human beings in the whole world. Hence, this program is created by a secret organization that is made and based on what we call the recreational mathematics, where everyone has been given the opportunity to learn and love maths through participating via games and receiving rewards. There are a lot of types when it comes to recreational math, and the one you are in right now is one of it. Now that you are aware about the platforms of background of this game, let us now begin the game. I will now begin by explaining the rules. Number 1. There are 3 rounds on this game. Number 2. All questions are randomly placed topics and purely based on mathematical perspective. Note that some questions are done in a creative way, so you have to think outside from the box while still being logical. Try all the possible solutions you can. Number 3. Before you officially begin the game, you are given an amount of 1 million gold for starters as your stake chips. Number 4. Each time you answer a question correctly, the said reward will automatically be added to your current amount. However, each wrong answer will result to a subtraction of it. Note that you need to use a piece of paper in manually calculating the adding or subtracting the rewards you are receiving per question. Number 5. Resulting to a negative amount of gold in the end will equate to a debt you will pay after you participate. Number 6. As you proceed each round, the rewards will be higher and the deduction will be as well. Number 7. All questions are timed by 10 seconds. However, you are allowed to pause if the time is not enough. Number 8. Some questions will allow you to see 4 possible answers, while some would not. Number 9. After answering each of the questions, answer and reasonings will be revealed afterwards. And lastly, number 10. Cheating is prohibited. Let us now begin. You are now given a 1 million gold. Please answer each question wisely and timely. For the first round of the question, the first question is worth 200,000 gold. Here it is. How would you correct 8 plus 8 is equals to 91 without changing anything? You have 10 seconds starting now. Remember, you can pause the video if needed a long time. Alright, that's done. I hope you wrote the correct answer because the answer is 16 is equals to 8 plus 8. All you have to do is reverse and flip the question's number itself. Was that too tricky? Anyway, let us now proceed to the second question. The second question is also worth another 200,000 gold. Answer it fairly and correctly and you'll have it. The question is, based from the picture that you see from your screen, how many squares are there in the 3x3 grid? You have 10 seconds to think about it. Alright, that's done. The answer is there are 14 squares. Did you have it right? Well, it's because the best way to answer this kind of question is to always consider all of the squares from smallest to largest. Considering that some squares overlap the diagram, from then on, you can start counting all of the possible results per se. Also, look at the picture at your left side for reference. So, did you won another 200,000 gold? If so, you are doing great. Now, let us now proceed onto the last question for the first round. Here is the third question worth another 200,000 gold. What number should replace the question mark? The choices of the possible answers are below. You have 10 seconds to think about it. Alright, that's done. The correct answer is B. Why letter B? It is because there are two alternative sequences through the use of plus 14 and negative 97. Adding 14 starting from 1 will result to 15. Then adding 15 with 14 again will result to 29. And 29 plus 14 is 57. Whereas 101 subtracted to negative 97 is equal to 4. Then 4 subtracted to negative 97 is equal to negative 93. The negative 93 subtracted from negative 97 is negative 190. This then will lead us to negative 190 minus 97 is equal to negative 287. That's it for the first round. Please count the total amount of numbers you have. I hope you are adding more amount of money to your stake chips. Let us now proceed to the second round. The first question for the second round is worth 500,000 golds. The question is, if 18 times 6 is equals to 36, 15 times 6 is equals to 30, 12 times 6 is equals to 24, then what is 14 times 6 equals to? You have 10 seconds to think about it. Alright, that's done. The correct answer is 28. Did you get it right? Anyhow, here is the solution for this. In this question, the pattern that we were able to see here is by multiplying the first number and the second number, and then being divided by 3. Hence, flow will be 18 times 6 is equals to 108 divided by 3 equals to 36. 15 times 6 is equals to 90 divided by 3 is equals to 30. 12 times 6 is equals to 72 divided by 3 is equals to 24. And then lastly, of course, 14 times 6 is equals to 84 divided by 3 is equals to 28. Well, was it tough? Well, if so, remember, the more round you proceed, the tougher it gets. Were you able to receive the 500,000 golds? Or was it deducted your amount? If so, then yikes. Anyway, let us now proceed to question number 2. The second question is also worth for 500,000 golds. And the question is a real type question. Here is how it goes. A doctor gives you 3 medicines and tells you to take one every half an hour. How long will your medicine last? You have 10 seconds to think about it. Alright, that's it. Did you think you got the right answer? Well, in order for us to identify the right answer for this question, we must utilize our imagination in order to visualize such scenarios. Therefore, the correct answer is 1 hour. Because, of course, immediately you will be taking the first medicine. The second medicine should be taken half of the hour based from the doctor's prescription. And the third medicine should be taken exactly 1 hour after taking the first. Did you get the correct answer? If so, then keep it up. Moving on to the last question for this round, the third question is, with the letters O, T, T, F, F, S, and S, What are the next three letters in this sequence? You have 10 seconds to think about it. Alright, that's it. The correct answer is letter E, N, and T. Why? Because this sequence represents the first letter of the numbers starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Finally, we are now at the third round. Each question in this round is worth 1 million gold. Let us now begin. For the first question is, why is 2 plus 8 plus 9 is equals to 10 correct? You have 10 seconds to think about it. Alright, time's up. Did you get it right? If so, the correct answer why it is correct is because the first letter of each number is equivalent to the spelling word for number 10. Since 2, 8, and 9 has the first letter to the spelling word of number 10, therefore we could say that it is correct. Was that too tricky or unfair? Anyway, let us proceed to the second question. For the second question, using only addition, add the number of 8s only to get the number 1000. As usual, you have 10 seconds. Time's up. The correct answer is 888 plus 88 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 is equals to 1000. How? The question you have seen is an example of a riddle that would allow you to use a timetable or simple logic. Hence, we can begin by trying to think the closest number to 1000, and that is 888. And the rest as follows through the use of the pattern of 8. Now, we have reached the last question. Let us now begin. The question goes in the form of a riddle that says, something very extraordinary happened on the 6th of May, 1978 at exactly 12:34 a.m. What was it? This is your final question. You have 10 seconds to think about the answer. Time's up. Did you guess what was the extraordinary about this riddle? Well, the answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Is the extraordinary occurrence the flow of the natural numbers? How did we get this? Well, it is because the riddle describes that at the moment, the time and day can be seen or written as 12:34 a.m. of the 5, 6, 7, 8 of the year. There you have it. Please count all of the total amount of your reward and deduce the ones you have gotten wrong. If you are done, please wait for a call in order to receive your reward. Thank you so much for participating and goodbye.